Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruchakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles, bishops, and elders of the great millstone who taught us this truth. Shalom also to the Akim pushing this word in sincerity and in truth, and to the speckled birds scattered throughout the four corners of the world, and to the few sisters who are listening to you, I say Shalom. Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson. I'm the brother Khadashir from the GMS Chicago camp, coming back at you with another short, Lord willing, edifying lesson. And what I wanted to get into with this lesson is really the topic of controlling your drink, man. You know, and really in general, drinking is just something that should be done when you're in good spirits, man. All right. You shouldn't be running to the bottle as a man of the Lord when you're low in the spirit, man. You shouldn't be letting the drink put you in situations that you're going to regret. You shouldn't be letting the drink, do things to offend brothers, man. Okay? Because, especially right now more than ever as things are getting serious and prophecy is jumping off the page, what's the point of you just being in a spirit of folly, being in a spirit where you're not watching the times? Because when you're drunk, let's be honest, man, you're not watching, especially if you're constantly in that spirit, man. You're not going to be watching. You're not going to be doing none of that, man. You're going to be too busy in the folly that you've been creating because of the drinks you've been intaking, man. This is Proverbs 20:1. Wine is a mocker, strong drink is raging, and whosoever is deceived thereby is not wise. So the scriptures are letting us know that if you're deceived by these things, wine and strong drink, then you're not wise, man. The scriptures tell us that we have to be circumspect, that we have to know what times we're in, man, and to know what the will of the Lord is. If you're in this faith and you know the scriptures, that's beautiful, but you got to apply the scriptures and know what time we're in, man. Okay, you know how to break down Daniel, the 7th chapter, beautiful, but you're still letting drink get the best of you, man. You're still letting drink, you're still drinking and offending brothers. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. You know how to break down Revelation, the 20th chapter. That's beautiful. Amazing, brother. You should be doing that. You should know that breakdown. But you don't know how to conduct yourself amongst brothers when you're drunk? You don't know when to tell yourself, you know what? That's the last drink. I already feel it. You know how to break down Daniel, the 2nd chapter. You know what each kingdom is. Oh, that's amazing, brother. But you don't know how to control your drink, man. That's beautiful that you know the scriptures, but your ass is not applying the conduct, man. We got to know how to move as men of the Lord, man. This truth isn't just about knowing the breakdowns. It's about walking in the faith that the Lord has set down for us, man. The author and finisher of our faith never got, drunk to the point where he's doing dumb shit, man. Are you even considering Yahushai in your mind when you do these things, man? It says right here, Ephesians 5:15, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. So we have to be circumspect and be very, very conscious of the times that we're in. We're at the end. Our salvation is nearer than when we believe, man. It is high time to awake out of sleep. These Amalekites are literally consolidating power. All right. They're literally making all these contracts with these government agencies and all these contracts with YouTube and Google to promote more Amalek Pro type of views and so on and so forth. They're taking control of TikTok. All right. They're shutting down Jimmy Kimmel. What do you think that means for us, man? Once free speech is up, the famine of the word is going to come. And if you've been playing around right now during this grace period that we're in, what do you think is going to happen when things get serious, man? Just because you know the scriptures doesn't mean you know the scriptures, man. The scriptures say this, man. Let me get this real quick, because it's beautiful that you know the scriptures. That's amazing. But you got to apply them, man. All right. This is 1 Corinthians 10 and 12. Wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall. So just because you think you're standing, you still got to take heed, man. You still got to apply the scriptures. You still got to put away those childish things and be a man day by day, man. You can't just be a man last week and, well, this week I've been a man all week. Now this time I'm gonna drink and be a child. I'm gonna be on folly. Nah, that's not what the fuck we do around here, man. We serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. We're putting up these sacrifices for the Lord, and everything that we do is very serious, man. This is the business of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. We're not in the business of fucking getting drunk off our fucking minds and just being out here on some folly, man. Offending brothers, offending people, okay? Acting like a fucking fool outside, man. If you can't handle your drink, you shouldn't be drinking at all, man. Seriously. And if another man has to tell you that, you have a whole lot of self-examining to do, man. Seriously, man. What the fuck? You know how to break down Revelation, the 20th chapter, which that right there alone, for you to even break down any of the scriptures, bro, do you not realize that you are already set apart from all other men in the world? You know the breakdown of scriptures. You could go down through those verses and break them down and explain them, and through the Holy Spirit give understanding. But you can't apply the scriptures, man. That's terrible, man. And that's really a very shameful thing, man. To be in this beautiful position that we're in, to be serving the Lord and be going out there on the highways and byways, but on the down low, you be on folly, man. That's terrible. You need to be ashamed of yourself, man. And something needs to change if you're on that. You shouldn't be known as the brother that, every time he gets drunk, some dumb shit happens, man. All right, so if you think just because you know the scriptures, you're standing, you better take heed unless you fall, man. This truth isn't just about knowing the scriptures. It's also about the conduct, how you move, how you apply Yahweh Shai. Are you applying Yahweh Shai? Are you putting on Yahweh Shai like it says in Romans, the 13th chapter? Are you looking for the things of your own while pretending to be about Yahweh Shai, man? Are you still on folly, man? All right? And you should consider these things, man. You should ask yourself, am I doing the right thing? Are the things that I'm doing, is it offending Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai? Am I offending brothers? What am I doing right now that I could be doing better? And for the most part, if the mass majority of your issues that you've been through all go back to the drinking, then you need to consider just stop drinking altogether, man. All right? There's no point of you drinking if you're going to be on folly and offending people and brothers, and, you're putting yourself in dumbass situations, arguing with people. The next thing you know, you're in a fight. The next thing you know, brothers got to come get you. And next thing, that shit is irritating, man. That's folly, man. This is Ephesians 5 and 15. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. You think the will of the Lord for you is to be preaching and then getting drunk? Really ask yourself that, man. We really think that the will of the Lord for you is to be out there preaching and cursing out these 2/3 and Esau, Edom, and all these people out there, but then in your own life, you're letting wine deceive you? That means you're not wise, man. Because we just read in Proverbs, the 20th chapter, that whoso is deceived thereby is not wise. So if you're getting deceived by a simple little drink, Something that's contained in a fucking bottle, a glass bottle. As soon as you drink it, oh, now you lose your senses. Your wits are out of the fuck. You're out of your mind. You're over there talking to people out of the. What? Where did you learn that from, man? I've never seen that from none of the elders. I haven't seen that from Elder Malcolm. I haven't seen that from Elder Saint Benji. I haven't seen that from Elder Yarmaya. I haven't seen that from, none of the elders, man. Okay? You got to look at how the elders move, man. And what, the advice that they give you, you got to apply it, man. And especially if an elder comes to you and tells you that you need to stop drinking, you better take heed, man. Brothers don't just tell you these things. Elders do not just tell you these things or pull you to the side to tell you things just so you could just be like, Khan, Salakia, Ak. And then you just go about your day like you just didn't get told the most important situation about yourself, that if you will actually take heed and listen to what the elder is saying, you could actually grow in the truth and become a better man of the Lord for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. But see, you're so busy with your own drinking, with your own bullshit, that you don't even consider what the brother just told you, man. The elders are literally watching over us, man, watching for our souls. They've been given that lot by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and them overseeing us, man. We got to make sure we're on point, not make their job a fucking headache, man. Okay? We got to make sure that we're doing what we're doing, man. And you know what? When we do what we do, we make the elders' job easier, man. We make their jobs easier. Okay? We help them. And the camp runs more efficiently. But when there's somebody that, oh my God, this brother's drinking. Oh my God, this brother that, this brother this brother. What the fuck, bro? And like the elder Kapatasa said in his recent lesson, all right, he said that it's really unmanly. For you to be drunk and all the time, all the fucking time, you're always drunk, you're always drinking, man. That's really unmanly. Being drunk all the time makes you sloppy. You're out of your wits. You're not thinking. Okay? You're just speaking your mind. It makes you bold. Okay? You should be walking circumspectly, man. That's what fools are doing right now, man. Okay, you go outside, man, it's just a bunch of drunk people just arguing on the street, throwing up on the street, girls falling over themselves, people getting fucked up. It's just folly, man. It's folly. All right? And here it is, you're right there with them, joining them, but on Saturdays you're a man of the Lord, right? That's folly, man. You got to rebuke that shit. You cannot be unwise. You got to understand what the will of the Lord is, man. It says, verse 18, and be not drunk with wine wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit. So don't be drunk with wine, man. All right? Be filled with the Spirit. That's the wine that you should really be drinking. Because the scriptures say this is Proverbs 9:1. Wisdom has builded her house. She has hewn out her 7 pillars. She has killed her beasts. She has mingled her wine. She has also furnished her table. So wisdom has everything prepared for us, man. From the food to the wine to the table. We're right here eating good. The wine that you should be drinking is this wisdom. All right, because wisdom has already mingled her wine. You shouldn't be out there getting drunk as hell. And of course, you got to take all of this into a balance. This is like if you have a problem drinking type of lesson. If you don't have a problem drinking, hey, brother, have your wine, have your drink, whatever, bro. This is specifically to brothers that can't fucking handle their drink. That every single time they drink, something happens. So you hear about something. You see something. And even after you tell that brother something still fucking happens, man. This is for them type of brothers, man. If you could handle your drink, man, call halayim la Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. But if you can't, you need to examine yourself, man. Seriously, man. There used to be a brother right here in GMS Chicago, and this brother was like my best friend, man. Every single day we would make lessons. Every single day he would hit me up, all right, and be, hey, let's do a lesson, and we would do lessons on top of lessons on top of lessons. But then the brother started to develop a drinking problem, man, to the point where he got into multiple car crashes, man. Car crash after car crash after car crash, totaling this car, totaling that car. And brothers kept talking to him and rebuking him and rebuking him and rebuking him. And it wasn't just younger brothers that were rebuking him, it was elders. Elders were rebuking him. It got to the point where he and most of the car crashes he was in, the Lord would deliver him, man. And we would always tell him, that's the Lord. Just stop drinking and repent and just keep on doing the work, bro. But nah, he wanted to drink and drink and drink and drink. And now he's out the camp. So if you want to keep on fucking being on that folly drinking spirit, man, the spirit is going to deal with you, man. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to deal with you, man. You shouldn't be out there being on folly, man. All right? And now that brother is out the camp, man. Okay, because the apostles caught wind of his situation and immediately he got kicked out. You don't want the apostles to catch wind of your fucking folly, knowing that you can't handle your drink and you're out there just being stupid, man. Especially now more than ever, you really think the apostles want to hear about a young brother that can't handle his fucking drink? Or you've been around for a little minute and you can't handle your drink? You're about to vex them, man. They're worried about prophecy, the scriptures, the brotherhood, the sincere brethren. You're over here, now they got to worry about a brother that's fucking drinking all the time, man. That's folly, man. We're supposed to be making their jobs easier, all right, by doing our jobs more efficiently. What we're supposed to be doing, the lot that we've been called to, is to do the work, serve Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. How are you going to be doing that if you're always fucking drunk? How are you going to be doing that if you're always, it's the drinking wine, man, where there's excess, all right? Wine just puts you in dumb situations, man, seriously, man. Especially if you can't handle it. You shouldn't be drinking, man, if you can't handle it, okay? The only wine you should be drinking is the wine of wisdom, okay? You want to drink something, you will get that urge, go drink, go read the book of Proverbs, man. How about that, okay? Oh, you're sad, you wanna drink? How about you read the book of Sirach, man? And get your conduct under control. How about that? Huh? How about you read the book of Psalms and get filled with the spirit instead of fucking drink, man? You're gonna feel way better. Okay? That drink is gonna put you in a dumbass situation, man. Okay? This is Sirach 31:25. Show not thy valiantness in wine, for wine has destroyed many. The furnace proveth the edge by dipping, so does wine the hearts of the proud by drunkenness. You don't want to be that man that gets drunk and now you want to fight people. Now you wanna be all tough. Nah, man. If that's what you be doing, you should not be drinking. Especially around brothers. If you're around brothers and you drink and next thing you know you're trying to show your valiantness, you better not be drinking around brothers, man. Go fucking drink in your own house. How about that? Don't fucking call me. Don't do that. If you're drunk, bro, don't call me, bro. Real shit. Some brothers be drunk as hell trying to call you, and it's be like, what the fuck are you talking about, Ak? Shalom, bye. Don't talk to me like when you're fucking drunk, man. It be some brothers, they get drunk and it be like, it's like a whole different fucking man it comes out of them, man. You know? It's not them anymore. You shouldn't be, that shouldn't be the issue, man. That should not be happening. You're here to serve the Lord. You're not here to get comfortable with brothers and get drunk with them and fucking, you know? It's cool to have a drink with a brother, but it's another thing to get so comfortable with him. Now you're trying to be valiant and show it. Now you're trying to argue with the brother, and now you're telling him shit that's offending him. Now, what that tells me is that you're too comfortable with a brother doing that shit, man. You're around that brother too much. If a brother, when he gets drunk, is doing that to you, whoever you are out there, if you're suffering wrongfully, and a brother, every time he gets drunk, and you've been in a situation and you haven't told nobody in the camp, but you have been suffering wrongfully from a brother that's been doing that, don't be around that brother no more, man. There's nothing wrong with fucking, coming to a brother when he's sober, telling him the issue, and then just leaving it at that, man. Talking about it, saying salakia, all right, to each other, and then boom, never drink with that brother again, man. Okay? That brother got a lot of work to do, and you're right there trying to drink with him? Nah, man. Don't enable brothers, man. There's certain things that with certain brothers you just cannot do, man. Certain brothers, you do certain things with them, and then you realize, okay, this is why the Lord, this is why the Lord got this brother still in this position. Because that brother still got things to learn. That brother still got things to acknowledge within himself. And no matter how many times you might tell a brother that, there comes a point in time in this truth where you as a man, you have to examine yourself and recognize the faults and the things that brothers are telling you about yourself, and you got to work on them. You got to literally work on them. And some brothers get rebuked and rebuked and rebuked and rebuked, and they don't work on the things that they're getting rebuked about up until the point where they're out the camp, and now they want to consider, now they want to think about the things that the elders told them. Nah, bro. You're supposed to be thinking about those things when they get brought up to you, man. All right? And we all make mistakes, okay? We all mess up, okay? But we're coming into a point in time, like yesterday in class, right? Yesterday we were in class, and the elder said this, man. He said that we're coming into a point in time where there's no room for small mistakes, man. Things that you could have gotten away with when you were first coming into the truth, that might not be the case now. Now you've been around. Now you know the scriptures. Now you got to lock in, man. Especially now more than ever. And especially if you're a young brother. If you're a young brother, now more than ever, you got to lock in. There's no room for mistakes like that, man. We're in serious times. Okay? We're in serious times. And look, man. Considering that these are serious times, Salakia, considering, that these are serious times and that our salvation is near and that it is high time to awake out of sleep, why are you letting wine, deceive you? How are you letting wine get the best of you? And now, you're over here offending brothers and doing shit like that, man. That's folly. This is verse 29, Sirach 31 and 29. But wine drunken with excess maketh bitterness of the mind, with brawling and quarreling. Drunkenness increaseth the rage of a fool till he offend. It diminisheth strength and maketh wounds. You see, so if you're constantly drinking and it's putting you in a bitter state of mind, it's putting you in that, in that liquid courage type of spirit, like, Elder Apostle Ramlab says. He called the liquid courage in one of his lessons, All right, but if that's the spirit that hops on you when you're drunk, hey, man, just drink by yourself, bro. Go the fuck home and go drink by yourself, man. Why the fuck do you feel the need to be around a brother and then you just start fucking acting like a fool, man? You could be doing that at your own crib, man. You're not gonna offend nobody. You could fucking walk around in your underwear, do whatever the fuck you want, be in your house, all right, scream and shit. Just don't do that around brothers, man. You wanna act the fool, go act the fool in your own house, man. You wanna be bitter in your mind while drunk, do it in your own time. You wanna be brawling and quarreling, fight your own damn self in your own house, man. Don't be around brothers doing that shit, man. You can't handle your drink, don't fucking drink, or drink in your house. If drunk If you're when you drink and you start to get rage, you shouldn't be drinking, bro. Seriously. Have you considered that? Maybe that maybe you should not be drinking? Come on, man. The scripture says all things are, just because things are lawful doesn't mean that they're expedient. Yes, it's lawful to drink. It's lawful to take to drink some wine and some strong drink. Okay, it's lawful, but that doesn't always mean that it's expedient for you in your walk. You as a brother, you're still you're still a man. You're still in the flesh. You can make mistakes. You offend somebody. You're in the flesh, bro. You're bound to make mistakes. But what we're trying to do is to offend less. So the way what you need to acknowledge if you're doing this is that you need to acknowledge and examine yourself and realize that wine is the problem. You need to examine that, stop that shit, and offend less, man. And say salakia to the brothers that you fucking offended, man. These scriptures are very straight to the point and simple, man. All right, you have a problem with a brother, what do? You Matthew 18 that brother, man. Okay? It says right here, because look, if you have offended a brother in your drink, look, man, and a brother has came to you personally when you were sober and has told you that there was a problem when you were drunk and so on and so forth, and he brought it to your attention and y'all been dealing with that situation and nobody knows about it, and the brother's trying to come to you on some, let's fix it, brother, and you're still on the same shit, man. Now you're in dangerous waters, because it could go from that brother to, you know what, I'm going to just take this to one of the brothers, and now this is going to go to the elders, and now it's going to go to the heads of the camp, and now it's going to go to the... And now you're out the camp. That's how quickly things could go down, man. That's how fast judgment is coming in these last days, man. Things you could have gotten away with when you first came in, that might not be the case no more, man. Okay? We're at the end. Things are getting serious. You don't want to be offending brothers, man. There's a way to go about things in this truth. This is Matthew 18 and 15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother. So, if a brother has offended you while he was drunk, so on and so forth, whatever, then go and tell him his fault between you and him alone. Okay? That's how you go about things, man. A brother offends you, does something in his drink, some folly. Hey, this, that, and the third, the other day this happened. I was waiting until you was sober, shalom, I just wanted to bring this to your attention, and just talk to the brother. You tell him where you were offended and so on and so forth. And sometimes it doesn't go that smooth. Sometimes, brothers, go back and forth until it's figured out, man. But the beautiful thing is that it's figured out through Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, man. But if then after that, this man is not hearing you, that's when you got to take it to the church. It says right here, verse 16, but if he will not hear thee, then take with thee one or two more, that in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses every word may be established. So if that brother does not want to hear you, now you got to get more brothers involved. Because obviously this situation needs to be figured out. And there's a way to figure things out. There's a solution and way to go about things in the scriptures, man. So you take 1 or 2 or 3 witnesses that every word may be established. All right. And if that doesn't work, what does it say? Verse 17, and if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it unto the church. But if he neglect to hear the church, let him be unto thee as a heathen man and as a publican. So if after that, all those 3 situations, you talk to the brother, you and him alone, he didn't hear you. You got 2 or 3 more witnesses, he didn't hear them. And after that, you take it to the church and that brother still hasn't changed. That's where you're in dangerous waters now, because now you're gonna be kicked out the camp. Now you're gonna be out the church. You don't want to be out the church, especially now more than ever. You don't want to be out the camp when all hell is about to break loose. You don't want to be out the camp in these very precious final moments that we have with each other and doing the work. Because the famine of the word is about to come. Us regularly meeting up with brothers and going to class and studying and doing these lessons, and all that is about to come to an end very soon. Do you not realize that? Do you not realize that when we're around brothers, that's very precious, and you're wasting that time by offending them in your drink? Don't do that, bro. You don't want to be counted as a heathen man and as a publican in these last days by your own folly, especially your drinking folly. If you're getting deceived by wine and strong drink, then you are not wise. And you got to recognize that and pray to the Lord, man, and repent and mature. You got to put away that childish thing and be a man. We're at the end, bro. This devil Trump is moving in on all his plans, okay, with these technocrats. If you watch that video with him in the UK, all right, it was all these big technocrats, man, from NVIDIA and OpenAI and all these things, right? What do you think that means, man? And most of those people are small hatters, man. Or small hatters have a large percentage of number, of money invested into those things because what? They're about to bring the MOTB, man. The MOTB is about to go live very soon, man. Okay? That micro C hip spoken about in Revelation 13 and 16, man. Okay? World War III is playing out. Jacob's trouble is basically here. It's just only going to get worse. Brothers keep getting dreams about judgment and mass death and all this, people out there that are not in the truth are having dreams as well. And like, are you really considering what times we're in, man? Are you being circumspect? Are you paying attention that this is really the end? We're here, bro. Don't let drink fuck you up, man. Don't let drink distract you from what we have. What we have is very precious, and if we hold on to this truth to the very end and endure and cleave unto Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, man, we could be delivered. We could be saved, man. And you're going to be in the kingdom. And then you could drink all the wine in the world that you want, man. And we're going to be drinking wine with Yahweh Shai, man. All right? Think about that. Yahweh Shai said that this fruit of the vine, right? Yahweh Shai is waiting to drink. Maybe you need to think about that. Maybe you should use that scripture as an anchor to making you, put the drink down, man. If you can't handle your drink, you should think about how Yahweh Shai is waiting to drink the fruit of the vine until the kingdom. If you're having a problem with drinking, man, maybe you should use this scripture as an anchor, man. Okay, this is Matthew 26 and 29. But I say unto you, I will not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine until that day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom. Think about that, man. Yahweh Shai is waiting to drink the fruit of the vine until he drinks it new with the elect in the Father's kingdom. That's a heavy precept, man. That means that from 2,000 years ago until now, Yahweh Shai has been waiting, man, to drink that fruit of the vine with us. And Lord willing, we be part of that number. Lord willing, we be part of the elect, man. Do you not realize what type of privilege we have being in this truth, waiting on our King, being around the brotherhood, serving the elders and helping them run the camp, and being in this lot of teaching the truth and edifying and being charitable towards brothers, man? Do you not realize what we have here? We're literally waiting for our King, and our King literally said, Yahweh Shai said that he's not going to drink of that fruit of the vine until the day that he drinks it new with us in the Father's kingdom. So maybe you should think about that, brother. Maybe you shouldn't drink no more and wait until Yahushua comes back. Because some of y'all shouldn't be drinking at all, man. Maybe you need to wait until Yahushua comes back to drink that fruit of the vine. But as of right now, you need to stop drinking, man. All right? And whoever the shoe fits, then put it on, man. Wear both of the shoes. Make sure you tie the shoes on and examine what type of shoes you just put on, man. Okay? Because, hey, man, that's folly. You shouldn't be out there, getting excessively drunk and offending brothers, man. And just out there acting like a fool, bro. So with that, Lord willing, I'm gonna leave it right there. Lord willing, this was edifying. Okay. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chakodash. Double honors unto the apostles, bishops, and elders of the great millstone who taught us this truth. Shalom and Abba Babal.